Hey there guys, how's it going? It's Afraidnot, and I think it's about time that I've done a video. Now I'm going to be talking today just about Destiny and the House of Wolves DLC that dropped I think 2 weeks ago. So I've had a full 2 weeks with this DLC, and I thought I'd just bring you my thoughts, my first impression. Well, yeah, it is a first impression. I'm going to really go back on my words because I made a video I think about a month ago and talking about how don't buy it, it's going to be bad, it hasn't got a raid in it, you know, all that kind of thing. And I do this so many times, I always tend to go back on my word. But I'm not going completely back on my word purely because I do feel like this DLC did need a raid. I feel like, you know, they've sold so many expansion packs, you know, season passes, this, that and the other, and they could just put out whatever they want at the end of the day because everyone's already bought it. I didn't actually buy the season pass, which I was quite lucky. I did have the option to buy this separately, and I thought, you know what, I do enjoy Destiny as a whole, as a game. I do enjoy my time with it, and I can't for the life of me work out exactly why. I think it's the gunplay, and, you know, spending time with your friends. I mean, here I'm playing with two buddies that I've played, you know, games with. One I went to school with, and I've played games with these for years, and I haven't played, you know, been gaming with them since, you know, Modern Warfare 3 days. So it's really nice to jump back on a game which we all were playing, and I thought, you know, I will, you know, drop 20 quid on the old DLC, and yeah, I do enjoy it. I mean, I've been playing it non-stop for 2 weeks now, and I really am having fun with it. But I will say, as I've already said, that it does need a raid. The Prison of Elders, which is the raid-like game mode, horde mode, it's okay. It's not terrible, but it's not the best thing about Destiny. It's not the reason why I jump on Destiny and play. Obviously, it's all about earning loot for me, and I think many other players on Destiny, it's all about earning loot. And Prison of Elders is the best way to earn, obviously, the best loot, and that's really the only reason I play it. It's not because it's great. It's no puzzle solving. There's nothing like you would have in a raid, but it's okay. I mean, I'll only play it sort of once a week, whereas a raid, I tend to, you know, do it with every single character, you know, and I want to get all the best gear. But at the moment, I can probably just stomach with this once a week, which is, you know, it's okay. So let's talk firstly, I suppose, about what they did right. I think the story missions, I think they did about 5 new story missions, and they are probably the best story missions in the game, purely because they're not samey. Unfortunately, they didn't carry any cutscenes, so we're still no clearer on the story at all, but never mind. But yeah, every single mission was different. It wasn't just like a horde mode where you got 3 waves of enemies like every single other story mission on the game. It wasn't like that. You had, you know, you had the stones which you get in the Vault of Glass, which you can jump from one to another, and you've got to predict it. It's like Mario almost. Like, I love that type of thing when they start putting different things in, or, you know, every single mission was different from the other. I really enjoyed that. So yeah, bravo to Bungie on that and putting a different spin on the old story missions. They have put tons of new content on here, like so much more loot than what I think the other expansion did. There is so much. I mean, I'm literally getting something different every time I do the Prison of Elders, or even like the strike missions or the Nightfalls. I'm getting something totally different to what I would normally get. And yeah, so the amount of content that they've managed to design and everything they put in is great, and I love that. When you get given a lot of content, I mean, they changed a lot of things in your social hub, the tower. They changed a load of vendors and being able to swap certain materials for other materials. Really like that about it. And I suppose the last thing that I really like about it, and it's still kind of to do with loot, is the fact that they've now introduced something called the Etheric Light. And basically, forgive me if I've pronounced that wrong, but I'm sure it's called the Etheric Light or something. But what you do, you can apply this to any of your old legendary items, so you can then bring them into a current attack state, which I think is 365. I think it is the current attack on all weapons, or the max attack on the weapons. I like the fact that you can do that, and also you can do it with armor, so you can bring it up to like Light 42, so you can have all your old gear, so all the stuff that you've earned in the Vault of Glass and things like that, you can make that into like a current piece of armor or gun or whatever. So I really like that. I think it's something that they probably should have done with the Dark Below as well. I think they should have brought your old guns up so it's 331, but yeah, if you have no idea what Destiny is, I don't know, 1, why are you watching this, or 2, you probably have absolutely no idea what I'm talking about. But yeah, but there is a couple of things that I do not like about House of Wolves as a whole, and that's really, I mean, let's start with this treasure key situation. Now basically, when you play the Prison of Elders, you get, once you complete it and you do, you know, the boss on the last round and everything, you jump down to the bottom of the prison, and you've got this treasure chest which you're guaranteed a good item, whether it be a legendary gun or an exotic item. You're guaranteed something really good. However, this treasure key, you have to have one in your inventory to be able to open this treasure key to be able to get an item. So if you're playing it on like level 32, if you're playing Prison of Elders on like level 32 or 34 or 35, you're not actually guaranteed to have anything good unless you get a treasure key. Now these treasure keys are not simple. I mean, they are simple to do, but they are so long to get. It is ridiculous how much grinding you have to get just to get one treasure key. I mean, I got lucky one day. I popped on, I think it was last week or whatever, I popped on my second chest that I opened in one of the public event things. Second chest I got a key, but yesterday I think it was, I was playing, it took me about 3 or 4 hours to get a key. It is ridiculous. Now I don't mind having to do something to be able to get a key. That isn't a problem of mine, and I don't mind being limited to one per week per character, but it has to be that. I feel like it has to be, you're supposed to be granted, but otherwise there's really no point doing the Prison of Elders. I know that you can earn XP with one of the guys who is doing all the Prison of Elders and things like that. You can earn XP and rank him up and buy stuff that way, and obviously you are guaranteed some rewards when you do the Prison of Elders. It's either going to be a piece of armor, which is, you know, it's not random, it's something that you know you're going to get, and if you get it once, there's absolutely no point doing it again unless you get a treasure key. But this treasure key is ridiculous. Now I don't mind not having a treasure chest at the bottom of the prison at, say, a level 28, because really level 28 is quite easy, it's match made and you can breeze through that in no time. However, if you do it on level 32, 34 or 35, I feel like you should be guaranteed either a treasure key once a week. That's all I'm asking, once a week per character. Any more than that, then yeah, go and farm for it. But I do feel that there should be some kind of system, whether it be a nightfall or a weekly mission that you have to do to be able to guarantee a key for, you know, the Prison of Elders. Otherwise, there's really not much point doing it, and I just feel the grind is wrong. Because it's completely random, there may be a chance that you'll never get one, and that is what I don't like about it. It's just like me and this sodding Galahorn. I just feel like this game hates me, and also the Vision of Confluence. I couldn't tell you how many times I've done the Vault of Glass on hard with every single character of mine, and I've had Atheon's Epilogue every single time. Never once has the Vision of Confluence ever dropped for me, and it's just I do feel like this game does pick out its favourites sometimes. It's like, yeah, you can have this, and you're definitely not having this item, but that's another story. But yeah, talking about the treasure key, I feel like it does need to have some kind of rebalance, and just make it more fairer just for everyone who hasn't got the time to spend, you know, 4 hours in their working week to be able to get a treasure key just to play Prison of Elders once a week. You know, I hope you understand the point that I'm trying to get at. But yeah, that's the way I do it. I'd make sure that there's a mission or a nightfall that you're guaranteed to get it in every single week for once, only one per week per character. The next thing I'm going to go on a little bit of a tangent about is the way that this loot isn't really that fair. The way that the new loot drops. Now, you can get, I think, the best loot, obviously, for PvE with the Prison of Elders. Although it being very, very difficult, and you have to complete it on level 35, so you need 334 characters, and you all need Galahorns. I mean, I've seen so many videos. You need to have, like, the best weapons all maxed out to be able to do it. However, you can do the Trials of Osiris, which I had a dip at yesterday. Now, I hate Crucible. I hate PvP on this game. It is terrible. It's one of the reasons what is putting me off getting Black Ops 3 the most, is because obviously they're taking elements from Destiny PvP, and yeah, I hate Destiny PvP, and if I can avoid it, I will. But it does seem like the best loot on this game is obtained by doing the Trials of Osiris. I'm still not really clear. I mean, obviously on this game you can get elemental damage primary guns. Now, I know that you can do it if you complete the Trials of Osiris, or I think you go 9 and 0 in the go for a 9-0 run on the Trials of Osiris. If you do that, you're guaranteed to have an elemental primary weapon. I don't know if that is guaranteed in the Prison of Elders if you do it on 35. You guys might be able to correct me if I'm wrong, but what I can see is that the loot that you'll get from the Prison of Elders is what the guy in the Reef is selling. So I think that needs to be changed somewhat. You know, I don't mind doing, again, don't mind doing something that's really difficult, but I need to know exactly what I need to do to be able to get the best guns on this game. And and a lot of people have pointed out to me that the guns on the Trials of Osiris, or the end game weapons on the Trials of Osiris, they're a lot better than what the PvE guns are, you know, the ones that you get from Prison of Elders, which is maybe a slightly bit unfair, especially when you get, I think a lot of people don't really play PvP. I know a lot of people I follow on YouTube love playing PvP, but it's definitely not the game type for me on this. This is not the reason why I play Destiny. But overall, I'm not going to be too negative, because I am playing a lot of it, and it is one of the reasons why I haven't uploaded in like 2 weeks, is because I've just been playing this until stupid time in the morning, even though I've got work the next day, and the time I'll be making videos, I've been playing Destiny. So as soon as I get this out of my system, obviously regular uploads will continue. But if you've been playing Destiny and obviously the House of Wolves, let me know in the comments, let me know your thoughts of it, and if I've made any mistakes or I've got anything wrong, obviously correct me, because as I say, I tend to be quite wrong. I will try not to in future make a controversial video like I did about the Destiny not having a raid in it and saying how bad it's going to be and things like that. I really shouldn't do that. I know I shouldn't. I think I even, after I uploaded that, I thought maybe I shouldn't have done that, but never mind. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please leave a rating and I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.
Enemies die. You live. Well done.